Good morning everyone, welcome to the craziest day I've ever had competing my horses. I use that because this is technically clear round. So this is going to be in two separate videos because it's two quite exciting things. But it's early in the morning and we're in the Liberty Horse Box, as you can tell, and we're currently driving Jamie to Dallas Burston Polo Club, which is kind of the home of Lands Eventing, I guess you could say. So Lloyd Hunt he runs Lands Eventing and he does loads of amazing events around here, and he's very kindly today put on clear round cross country, which just doesn't really happen. Like, it's not very common to ever get clear round cross country because it's such a big ordeal to do. So at Dallas Burston, there's like obviously loads of polo grounds, and he's set up like a proper flagged roped cross-country course from 70 to 100, and you can just turn up, pay your money, and you get to go around and jump a whole course. So I thought it would be probably the best thing to do for Jam and I, because we saw with the Simey camp, when I do cross-country schooling, I seem to really get in my head a lot. So this is like the perfect way of still schooling, but like there's enough of an atmosphere that I think I'll be able to like override any nervous feelings. That's the hope. You get to pick exactly what height you want to do, but I'm going to be very strict to myself and be like, we're jumping all the 90, because I know if I say like, oh, just go out and jump what you want to jump, I'll end up veering towards all of the 80 fences, and I think that'll actually make Jam quite strong and silly. So that is this morning's plan. We're then gonna dash back home, and I've got about 45 minutes to change the box over and put Winnie on, and she's going to her first ever show. So there's a lot going on today, but that is going to be in a separate video. Anyway, we are 20 minutes away. I've got darling Pete from Granitelands Media here with me, and the other really exciting thing is that because this isn't running under BE rules, because obviously it's not a BE event, I'm allowed to wear a GoPro, so I'm going to be able to have my GoPro on for an entire cross-country round, which I have never ever done. So I'm really excited for that. We've made it! Literally, what a beautiful venue. Driving in, it's stunning. I've actually been here once before because they've got a gigantic, and I mean gigantic, arena over there. It's like, well, I think they can play polo in it, so it's huge. But I've never done anything on grass here. We've driven onto this field. Can you see a single mark where the lorry's been? The ground is honestly incredible. Lloyd put on Facebook, you need to follow Lands Eventing if you're like this kind of area, like Warwickshire and other counties, because he'll put everything that's on there. But yeah, he put on Facebook yesterday, like, this is probably the best ground you're going to see all season. And my word, I think I agree. It's absolutely amazing. And Jam says there's grass, which is fantastic news. So the only slight issue today is that I don't have stud holes. So I wasn't expecting to sort of do any proper cross country until our first event of the season, which is end of March. So Jammy's shoes are due to be redone before that. So yeah, it's fine because the ground's amazing, and like Lloyd has built the courses purposely for that, so there's not loads of combinations. It's very flat, it's not like too sharp turn, and obviously there's no time, so like I can go as slowly as I want, but it's just something to think about. Anyway, Jammy Bammy, it's weird being here without Hobbs or Han. Again, we're doing groom life, groom and rider life. Hey Jammy. Right, should I get myself ready because you're pretty obsessed with this grass? Good girl. At least with the Liberty box, it's like very easy to get all the stuff out the back. I can still hold Jam whilst I'm doing it. I never trust her with tying her up at events. She can just get a little bit silly. And this is an awfully big field if she were to get loose. I am going to wipe my boots over as well, guys, don't worry. So I think we'll just do holding. Good girl, Bammy. I'm also pretty sure that Emily Musto is going to be here. Well, in fact, I'm not just pretty sure. I'm 100% sure because I've just seen her mum. So I'm hoping she gets a wriggle on and she'll be in the warm-up with me. And she can give me a stern talking to if I get wussy. Let's give these a little tidy up. I might need to do a better job for Winnie later, Jamie, because she is actually in a competition. It's so cool that this is running. And what a beautiful day! Are you pleased you came now, Pete? I got nothing. Jamie, my darling, you might have to stop eating. She's a little bit yellow. Don't judge me, guys. I didn't want to bath her last night. It was so cold. Oh, Jamie, you're in the way of the trailer. Come on. Who's ready to make Pete's day? Ready?
My headspace, been weaker, it's been waiting for the right day. Like the right day ever comes, now it's Friday. And nothing's changed.
This is the first time I've jumped Jamie in this saddle. Going to be talking a little bit more about saddles in a while, guys, because there is some stuff to fill you in on.
Forgot to tap it up. Now I long for another day where things fall into place.
We are back in the Pelham, guys. I have a feeling Jamie is going to be quite strong. Just didn't want to risk not having it on today. Hey, Jamie. She says, oh, I don't know. I think she'll be a bit confused as to why she's having all of her jumping tack put straight on. Because you must think you're eventing. Whether you're not plaited, that might be a clue. And we're parked right by the cross-country warm-up. I think it's actually a really good sort of training exercise for Jam, actually being able to go slowly. Because I think the trouble is when you're competing, I mean, I should be better at it, at having days where I just say to myself, like, well, actually, we're not going to be fast today, but it's quite easy to get sort of wrapped up in the, like, oh, we need to make the time. And then you're constantly pushing, and Jam gets into that, like, oh, when we go cross country, we just gallop. Because we do have to push for the time, being a little Connemara, don't we, darling? And that gets you quite excited. Am I happy with that? Looks like it's sitting a bit funny today.
So if you're down, I'll be down. Pack your bags, fill them up.
Jamie, can you stand here a bit? Go, sweetie. Why do they make it so difficult? She's like, no, I couldn't possibly move my foot one step. How dare you ask me such a thing? Hey, we've got a hairnet. All is good in the world. Now let's hope this GoPro actually plays ball today. I always do this, I put my hairnet on and then have to do something else, and I look not my best.
A large cod, please.
A large cod. Right, the impossible thing with GoPros is getting the angle. I'm probably better doing it when I'm on. Okay. We are getting there. Sorry, Jamelia, you're being a very, very good pony. I've also just knocked my mic off. Okay, I am suited, booted, ready to go. Jamie, you're ready to go as well. I'm going to de-mic, guys, just because we don't want to risk losing it or the fluffy on our way around the cross-country course. But there's obviously sound on my GoPro, so you should be able to hear natural sounds whilst we're going cross-country. Right, I'll see you in the warm-up. Okay, firstly, need to give a quick appreciation to this ground, because look how amazing it was. Honestly, it rode so beautifully and it just made the whole experience a lot less stressful for me. So this is beautiful Dallas Burston, such a gorgeous venue, and I need to quickly report to you guys that Lloyd has actually released more dates for these clear rounds, so go over to Lands Eventing if you want to see those. Okay, so having a little warm up. Haven't got loads of footage, but we start jumping here, and to my horror, Jam decided to put in a stop pretty early on. Now, that rider on the bay there is actually Emily Musto, my little angel coming out of nowhere, because, not gonna lie, this was a little bit of a curveball. I really wasn't expecting Jamie to throw a stop in, and I think in her defence, this jump, you can't really tell, but it's basically like a black plastic pipe And the way I was approaching it, or the way we had to approach it, the sun was hitting it and there was kind of a weird glare. So I think she was just a little bit thrown. But also, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that was a little bit uncalled for from Jam. Like, I felt like I rode that quite positively and she still popped in the stop. So that did definitely have a bit of a negative effect on my kind of mindset, because I was suddenly had my guard up. I was also slightly worried because you'll have noticed I hadn't walked the course, so I didn't know what was going to be out there and therefore what I really needed to ride and what like she was going to be spooky at. So maybe that was a blessing, maybe it wasn't, but I think it was certainly weighing on my mind a little bit more, especially after that stop.
Come on then. Jamie, we have got this, okay? You're really not a spooky gal. I don't know why you're suddenly feeling spooky wooky. Just try and keep your head in the game, yeah? Thanks so much, Lloyd.
And we're off. How cool having the GoPro footage, firstly. Also, I know I'm going to have stressed a few of you out by saying I didn't walk the course, but as you can see, it's all very obvious where we're going. So, 4 fences in a line from 70 to 100. You'll notice I've jumped the second smallest for the first 2, and I said I was going to be jumping the 90 the whole way. However, after Jam's stop, Em was like, mate, just jump the 80 for the first 2, get into a rhythm, and then move up to the 90. And that fence there was the first 91 I jumped. I think it's quite funny that that was the one that I got a bit pulley to and was apologising loads. But watching it back, why was I making such a big deal? It felt horrific. I remember that, like, you heard me saying sorry to Jam so many times because I thought I'd put her in such a bad stride. Watching it, it really wasn't that bad. So that was a pretty decent table. I was pleased with that one. Rode really nicely, actually, and we're starting to get into a little bit of a rhythm. This is kind of where I feel it was actually quite beneficial for me not walking the course, because I didn't have a chance to get worried about anything. A little bit close here, but really pleased with how Jamie helped me out.
Good girl. That's alright, good girl. Well done for trusting me.
So, a bit of a cross-country moment there, a little bit close, and Jam was a tiny bit lucky, but I think mostly because of like the brush and the higher side. But again, she was absolutely fab. So coming around this corner, I momentarily wanted to jump the smaller one because those fences looked quite imposing, but I stuck with my guns and we did actually get a really nice like forward stride to it. Ironically, the 100 fence on the left almost looks nicer, but there we go. So continue back. Now these fences going the other way are the ones we have actually already jumped, but they're quite cool because they look different on each side. So I think Jam was none the wiser that she had come over these ones already. Definitely feeling like we're starting to get into more of a rhythm here, and I think this is why I was so chuffed that Lloyd put this on, because when I go cross-country schooling, I find it really hard to kind of get my blood up, get the adrenaline, and actually ride forward and sort of jump multiple fences in a row, because you've sort of always got that option of like, oh, should I be jumping this, or like, should I jump something else? Whereas this felt a little bit like a competition, and like I just had to get on with things, and once I jumped something, it was behind me. I wasn't going to go and circle round and jump it again. So I did find it really, really useful for me to just get out and get jumping. You'll see Jamie got a tiny bit strong around that corner, probably just, you know, going to home. But actually, I was quite impressed with how she was on this round. She wasn't yanking my arms out, which I was actually expecting. Again here, like finally we're getting a bit more forward. I think the round does just get better and better as we go on, ironically until I get to the last fence, but you're going to see that in a minute. But it's nice to see that I'm starting to sort of slowly let my guard down. So after this fence is where we get to where I have my one little wobble, which I'm going to just let play with real sound. But I think this is kind of where not walking the course came back to bite me a little bit.
Whoa. Sorry, sorry. I bailed. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. That was really, really rubbish of me. I'm so sorry. Panicked for the combination, but you're a good girl. There, well done. Clear out for you, dummy. 20 penalties for me. Ooh.
Watching that makes me so cross, and now I have to sit and watch it again. Not much to say on that, honestly. Like, I just completely bailed. Suddenly was like, oh, there's a combination. I've not walked it. What are the strides? Oh, I can't find a stride. And then it all, you know, it's like it all just gets a lot, and then I make the silly decision to pull out. However, jumped it really nicely the second time, so we're not going to dwell on it too much. Is what it is. But yeah, annoying, Meg.
So sorry I did that, Jam. That was really, really bad of me. But what a pony. You felt fantastic. You felt fantastic, my dear. Oh, Jamie, that was so silly of me. She says, yeah, it was. Sorry, it's just suddenly got a combination angst. But that was good. I don't know why I'm debriefing of you, Bam Bam. You're my partner in crime. Very pleased with you, well done. Good girl. Well done, Bam.
Woo! Actually so happy. Well, so happy with Jam. What the hell did I do at the end? That was just so stupid. I was annoyed with that one decision, but I just got into, oh my god, this is the only combination on course, and yeah, it was so daft. I've got to stop doing that. It's so annoying when I just have that like mid kind of panic. Anyway, I'm not going to dwell on that because I'm actually really chuffed with how she went. I was worried she was going to go out there and be super spooky, but she really wasn't that bad. She felt like she was straight back into jammy cross-country mode, absolutely loving life. Sorry to untack, I have to move around, Pete. I'm really chuffed with her. We were, you know, obviously nowhere near cross-country speed, but what a luxury it is to have this put on for us, to be able to go around and go steadily and build confidence, and it's great for young horses. I'm a little bit sad that we can't come tomorrow because it's such a good thing to do with youngsters. Anyway, so pleased that I decided to have a bit of a wild day and bring Jammy here, because my word, did we need that. I would have struggled, I think, going out for my first BE, because we've not really, I've struggled to find anywhere that's open for cross-country schooling on grass that's like not over 2 hours from us. And I know, you know, you have got to make time for these things, but equally we've got 10 horses and it's a lot of work, so sometimes it isn't the easiest to just take one horse off cross-country schooling and take up a whole day. Jammy, you're going to be allowed to graze in just a minute. Calm. So, you know, a massive thank you to Lloyd from Lands Eventing for putting this on. And my word, was the ground incredible. Such a beautiful ride. So chuffed. You were very good, Jam. I'm so sorry I pulled you out of that. That was... I am crossing myself for that, because that was just daft. I've got to stop. I've got to fight that urge, because it's not good for her either. It's going to teach her to run out, and it is silly. I know it's silly, but in the heat of the moment, sometimes it's very hard to go against your brain going, pull out so that you survive. Good girl. Right, Jammy, let's get you washed off, my little angel.
All right.
We are on, and we're driving home, because remember, guys, today we are on a mission. Also, Pete just said that looks really weird, like it's outside the car. My waifu is not outside the car, but on days like this where we're getting up at 5:30 and we've got no time in between, obviously it's a waifu kind of day. Remember, if you want to use my discount code, it is Elphick-YouTube, and that will get you 10% off. This is the new caramel popcorn flavour. Oh, it's the dream. It's just launched, so use the little discount code to give it a go. Highly recommend though. Anyway, we are looking at an ETA. Oh, what? Have I gone wrong? Why has it suddenly said 11:50? I've not gone wrong, have I? Can you just check my phone a second? Is there like really bad traffic? Oh no!
Yeah, there's traffic ahead by the looks of it.
Oh dear, oh dear. Okay. Well, my ETA was 11:20, which meant we were bang on time.
Oh crap, is it half an hour now, is it?
It's added half an hour, and that was the half an hour that I had to change my horses over.
Oh dear. This isn't good.
And we're so close to our exit. Oh my gosh, it's literally said we're an hour away now.
You can see all the traffic now.
It's a really bad time to start the vlog, wasn't it? Okay, well there's not much we can do, so let's debrief. Oh, I was just about to say to you guys, ETA is 11:20, which gives me a half an hour. Well, actually less than. It gave me 25 minutes to get Winnie all sorted. It would have been enough time if we didn't have whatever this traffic jam is. Oh dear.
Hopefully it's nothing serious.
No, I think it's a lane closure. I saw a sign, yeah. But lane closures just cause havoc, don't they? Okay, well, nothing we can do about this, so let's debrief on today. I'm going to start with the negative because I'm quite cross with myself for pulling out for that last fence because there really was no need. Like, we wouldn't have been on that bad a stride. It's just my brain overriding my body sometimes. Oh, I need to get into that lane, don't I?
I think it's a stranded vehicle, so that's not too bad.
Okay, we'll work on that.
Yeah, you need to get over as soon as.
Okay, I'm gonna follow the lorry because lorries stick together.
The lorry's turning off. I think. Yeah.
Oh, is he?
What's he? Oh, he's going round a car. No, he's not turning off. Sorry, he was just dodging around a car. I wonder where he's going. Right, let's stop the vlog, shall we?
Yeah, give us 2 minutes, guys. As I was saying, I am quite cross with myself for doing that, but it's just in my head, and I think if we look at where I sort of was at Vale View, which was less than 2 weeks ago, we've come a long way from there to just have one little wobble. So I'm not going to beat myself up too much, but also I think you actually learn a bit more from your mistakes and coming away feeling a bit like you're really silly there, Meg, rather than coming away upset that something gone wrong or that I wasn't confident. Like this, I'd much rather be this way round, and hopefully it means when I actually go out venting, I'm gonna have a bit more of a fire in my belly. So I'm looking at that quite positively. Slightly weird that Jam had her little stop in the warm-up. She's suddenly gotten quite spooky. She's not on the proper like dose of her calming stuff recently. Like I put her on for the camp, and then we've just been a bit mental with Moose and everything recently, and so she's not been like having her loading dose of her calmer, and she'd normally have that before she goes out eventing, and I think that does make a big difference to her concentration. And obviously she's used to going cross country, having done a dressage test and a round of show jumps, so I think she was just a bit like, oh my god, Mum, you're asking me to jump. And as Em said, like, she was so sweet because I had that, and I was suddenly like, oh no, like this feels terrible. And literally Emily Musto came out like a little angel and was like, don't worry, like don't panic, just show her, because I could feel myself being like, what do I do?
Big tyre blowout on that car.
Oh, was it a tyre blowout? That's the ish. Oh well, I'm pleased because our ETA is now 11:26. We've only lost 6 minutes. That's absolutely fine. So yeah, that was fine. It was actually quite nice for us to work through. Made me a little bit worried that she was going to be really spooky going round, but she actually wasn't. She got straight into cross-country mode. Felt really good. We weren't as forward as I'd like, but we did get a few like half decent strides, and we were getting into a bit more of the rhythm. I'm going to end this video here, and then we're going to go straight on to the Winnie one. I will make sure that these videos follow on from one another. If I'm super organised, they could possibly go out on the same day, but now that won't happen. I'll put them out one day after the other so that you guys actually sort of stay in the loop. But for now...
Oh, this is the one about the cats we found, weren't they? Right
yeah,
there.
It is. I live, laugh, love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and wish me luck for arena eventing in about an hour and a half's time. I'll be on Winnie. Nothing like being busy. Bye!